in this demo, we will actually be writing that script and understanding how that script works. So let's go. According to the previous instructions, you should have been able to install the different NPM packages related to Uniswap. So as I mentioned in the previous video as well, that Uniswap has three versions, version 1, 2, and 3. So make sure that you have installed the V3 SDK. So we are going to be working with that. Now let's copy this piece of code within your installed created Uniswap directory. You can create a file called pool.ts. For ease of visibility, I'm going to open VS Code. So here I have the pool.ts file. This is a TypeScript file. You can also write in JavaScript based on your comfort. But of course, TypeScript provides type variables, so it is easier to sort of work with them like this, right? So you are going to be extensively working with Ethers.js. So I would suggest that if you have not completed the Ethers.js lesson or don't have much idea about Ethers.js, then you should definitely quickly ramp up on that. Now we're going to import Ethers.js from Ethers and then address, which is a type of variable from this clusters library. Now the provider, that is the JSON RPC provider that we'll be using, is the Infura provider. So I'm going to be going to Infura and getting my ID from there. So this is the Ethereum mainnet provider. And then the pool address that is there. So how you can check that is basically you can see what this pool address refers to. This is an address on the Ethereum mainnet. So you got to create your ID and get it from it. Now this pool immutables ABI is actually the ABI. So this has some of the functions from the pool immutables, and the ABI is the ABI of that particular contract. So all the functions that are present in that particular contract are actually here. And using this ABI and the pool contract's address as well as your provider, you are able to get an instance of the pool contract, right? So let's go to Infura and get our IDs. So if you don't have an account on Infura, it's very straightforward. It's very simple. You can just click on infura.io and then, log in or create your own sort of account, sign up, and then you should be able to let me once log in and show you the interface. I'm going to pause till, I go through the login process. So once you log into Infura, you can sort of see that I already have a couple of keys in my Infura. I can manage a few of these keys, and right now I have like this API key that I've chosen for Rinkaby, and then I can, just choose whatever you want. For example, this will be the mainnet link for the mainnet key, and then you can use this key. Ideally, you should not be sharing this key anywhere else, but I use this account as a dummy account, so I don't really, doesn't really matter so much to me. But make sure to not share your ID elsewhere. You can see that the ID is here, and your ID also will look something similar like this. You can get a free Infura pack to be able to get this link. So this link basically is a RPC link that interacts with your mainnet node and will give you access to the Ethereum blockchain, right? Alternatively, you can use any other RPC provider that you want. It really doesn't matter. Infura is just easy and I think one of the popular choices. So once you have that sorted, once you have the pool contract with you, then what you can do is basically you have the get pool immutables function, which is getting the factory, the token 0, token 1, the fee, the tick spacing, and the max liquidity per tick for this particular pool, right? So this is a particular pool for which we are just getting the data that is associated with this pool, and we are going to just console log that, right? So it's a very simple script and a very straightforward one. So once you have the pool.ts saved, you can just run it over here like this. Okay, you should be able to see an output that is the factory contract, the token 0, token 1. If you want to check which token that is, we can also do that. So this is going to take a while. That's okay. It's just fetching the data from chain, right? So we are going to click on, say, token zero's address and then post on Etherscan. We can see that this token exists, this contract exists, and this is USDC, right? So USD coin. Let's also see what the other token is. So you can see the output, right? That has come from the. So fee 3000, that means it's 3% or 0.3%. Let me check. So this is wrapped ether, right? So the pair is USDC and wrapped ether. And then you have the max liquidity per tick in hex value, and then the factory contract as well, right? So this is a simple sort of script where you can find out more details about the different pools. You can probably go into even more details about like what are the balances of this pool, what is the state of this pool, what is happening in this pool, etc. Depending on your use case and whatever information that you would like to get from the liquidity pool. So this was a very simple script. Like you literally just, have, I think, 15-20 lines of code where you are able to fetch the contract given the pool address. And, you have the ABI that is with you, and using the ABI pool address and the provider, you are able to fetch the data using the SDK, right? This is a simple script in TypeScript. Now, in the next lesson, we will be looking at more scripts. Another that is adding and removing liquidity, right? We'll not be executing this because we need, funds to do that. But we'll be going through the script and understanding what is happening. And then also, like, if you have funds and you just want to try it out, or I would suggest, in fact, as a part of your assignment, to try this out for a testnet pool.